Hi everyone, what are ETFs? How do crypto ETFs work? What's the difference between a spot and futures crypto ETF? What are some of the advantages and disadvantages of crypto ETFs for investors? And what are the largest spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs by assets under management, or AUM? This will actually be the first video of two that I'm doing on crypto ETFs, with the next one being a bit more advanced, looking at how large institutions profit from crypto ETFs and the strategies they use. So keep an eye out for that video coming next. Please do like the video and subscribe to the channel so I can continue to offer more content for you in future. If you follow our social media channels on X, Facebook and Instagram, you'll receive daily crypto and financial education news update posts which will keep you informed. Stick around to the end of this video to find out what services Coin Knowledge offers. Just a quick reminder that nothing contained here is financial advice, and let's jump straight in. So firstly, what is an ETF? Well, an ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund and is a fund that holds multiple underlying assets or securities that are bundled together and can be bought and sold on an exchange. There are many different types of ETF depending on the assets that are being tracked. For example, commodities, stocks, bonds, etc. And most ETFs will hold the underlying asset in order to track the performance of it and profit from it. It's important to note that ETFs, so exchange traded funds, are different from mutual funds, which are much older, being around since 1924, are normally more actively managed than ETFs, and which trade once per day after the market has closed, whereas ETF share prices fluctuate throughout the day and can be traded. So how do ETFs actually work in crypto? Well, put simply, the cryptocurrency becomes the underlying asset for the ETF, and this allows investors to gain exposure to, let's say, Bitcoin or Ethereum's price without needing to hold it directly. There are two different types of crypto ETFs, spot crypto ETFs and futures crypto ETFs. Futures crypto ETFs were the first to be approved with a Bitcoin futures ETF in October 2021. And these ETFs don't actually hold any crypto. They use futures contracts, which are agreements to buy or sell crypto at a future date, that are traded on regulated exchanges like the CME in the United States, which stands for the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So crypto futures ETF track futures prices, which can differ from the actual spot price and therefore involve more complexity. And the spot price, just in case you weren't aware, is the price at which an asset, for an example, a security, commodity or currency, can be bought or sold for immediate delivery. So the second type of crypto ETF is the spot crypto ETF, with the Bitcoin spot ETF only being approved in January 2024, which was a big regulatory step for Bitcoin and crypto, and with the spot Ethereum ETF being approved in July of 2024. Spot crypto ETFs actually hold the cryptocurrency like Bitcoin that they aim to track, unlike futures ETFs. Third-party custodians, like Coinbase for example, hold this cryptocurrency for them, and the aim of the crypto spot ETFs is to track the cryptocurrency's real-time spot price. So spot ETFs offer more direct exposure to the current price and actually increase the adoption of that cryptocurrency because they hold the asset, whereas futures ETFs use the derivatives market to essentially bet on the future price of that cryptocurrency. And here's a quick table showing the brief differences between spot crypto ETFs and futures crypto ETFs. And if you wanted to take a bit more of a look at it, perhaps pause the video or come back to it later, because let's now move on and take a look at what the main advantages and disadvantages of ETFs are for investors. So firstly, investing in an ETF is relatively easy to buy or sell using a normal broker, especially when you compare it to having to store your private keys in crypto, for example. And this is what attracts some institutional investors who wouldn't go down the process of holding their own cryptocurrencies, but still want to profit from the price appreciation. Secondly, ETFs operate under regulated financial rules, depending on where you are in the world, with the assets stored in professional custody and handled by asset management firms, so should, in theory, minimize risk and reduce the risk of being hacked or losing your private keys or access to your crypto, for example. Thirdly, crypto ETFs can help investors to diversify their investments by still gaining exposure to crypto, but through their traditional portfolios, in a manner that's more familiar to them. And finally, investing in ETFs rather than holding crypto directly could potentially make tax reporting easier again depending on where you are. However, there are certainly some disadvantages of investing in crypto ETFs, with the first and largest one in my opinion being that you don't actually hold any crypto like Bitcoin yourself. Yes, you can certainly profit from the price appreciation, but you'd essentially be remaining in the same fiat-based traditional financial system that crypto pretty much goes against. Without holding any Bitcoin, let's say yourself, as you'd be investing in a fund operated by a large centralized institution that held Bitcoin. So at the end of it, you couldn't use your asset like Bitcoin, for example, to borrow against it, stake it, use it for payments, etc., especially as this develops over time and becomes easier. Linked with that, you'd be operating in traditional trading hours rather than in crypto and DeFi, which operates 24/7. Also, there are obviously fees for investing in ETFs, which reduce your returns, so you should check each individual one first and then compare them, which is why Grayscale, for example, saw such large outgoings in its spot Bitcoin ETF, as it charges a larger fee than others. But with centralized crypto exchanges also charging significant fees for buying and trading crypto, however, this wouldn't be an annual or management fee, which is often the case with ETFs. There are also situations where tracking error occurs and where the ETF performance might not match the crypto price, which I'll touch on again in the next video on how institutions profit from crypto ETFs. And finally, there's a reliance on custodians for crypto ETFs because the ETF issuers don't hold the crypto assets themselves. So that certainly adds an additional level of risk and complexity. And again, I've included a brief summary of some of the advantages and disadvantages of ETFs here, if you wanted to take a look. So we've looked at what ETFs are in this video, what crypto ETFs are, and what some of the pros and cons of investing in crypto ETFs are. So what are the largest spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs around by assets under management? Well, as you can see here, the largest US spot Bitcoin ETFs are BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, or IBIT, which has most assets under management and which has grown very quickly since its launch in January 2024. Then there's Fidelity's FBTC, Grayscale's GBTC, which I mentioned earlier and which has seen large outflows due to its higher fees, which you can see on the right hand side here, ARK21 Shares Bitcoin ETF, and Bitwise's Bitcoin ETF, all of which have assets under management in the billions of dollars, with the total US spot Bitcoin AUM being well over $100 billion. And there are others not on this list, including VanEck, Franklin Templeton, etc. And if we do the same and look at the largest spot Ethereum ETFs, we can see that the issuers are similar through BlackRock's iShares Ethereum Trust, or ETH-A, Grayscale's Ethereum Trust, or ETH-E, which have very similar assets under management, then Fidelity's, another Grayscale one, and finally Bitwise to make up the top 5, with total assets under management for US spot Ethereum ETFs being about $4.6 billion currently, which is down from the peak of over $12 billion in AUM in December 2024. These do change regularly though, so it might be different when you're watching this video compared to when I actually recorded it. And when we're looking at fees, it is important to note that the expense ratios can often include initial waivers, and therefore the underlying fees might actually be higher, so it is important to check that out first. So having looked at the largest spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, let's take a look at the largest ETFs out there by assets under management, or AUM, just to compare. And you can see the top 10 here, which are in the hundreds of billions of dollars in assets under management, with the iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, or IBIT, that we saw earlier, actually being in 39th place in this list, which is pretty impressive if you consider that it was only introduced in January 2024, whereas the top one here, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, which obviously tracks the S&P 500, this was introduced back in September 2010, so more than 13 years earlier, with the question being, where will the Bitcoin ETFs get to, let's say in another 10 to 15 years, with more institutional investment being added into them and therefore more adoption? And another question, having looked into ETFs, is for crypto, where do you stand? Would you invest in crypto ETFs if you could, or are you more of an advocate of holding crypto yourself to avoid these third-party centralized institutions, as we are here at Coin Knowledge? As always, I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. And remember, this is just the first video of 2 that I'll be doing on crypto ETFs, with the second one being a bit more advanced, looking at the strategies that large institutions use to profit from crypto ETFs using arbitrage, so keep an eye out for that one. Just a reminder that if you're interested in more of a tailored approach to your crypto education, and you think you'd benefit from having someone look over your shoulder and guide you on your journey, I do offer one-to-one coaching to those who have the desire and the means to educate themselves further. And the link's in the description, where you can message me and book in a free video call to see if we'd be a good fit. You can sign up for a free account with Coinly using the link in the description to this video, which is one of the best automated crypto tax platforms out there. If you're looking for more specific crypto tax advice based on your personal circumstances, I've partnered with a leading UK crypto tax company in Myna, which is part of the company Nephos, that offers other services such as wealth management, restructuring, offshoring, etc. But I'll leave a link to contact them directly in the description to this video. If you're based in the US and are looking for specific crypto tax advice based on your personal circumstances, I've partnered with a leading US crypto tax company in crypto tax audit. And again, I'll leave a link to contact them directly in the description to this video. I've also included a link to Trezor's website in the description for anyone looking for one of the best hardware wallets or cold storage out there, with 2 new models released recently in the Trezor Safe 3 and Trezor Safe 5 that I actually did a video on recently that you can find a link to here and in the description. And finally, if you're looking for a portfolio tracker for your crypto portfolio, then I've included a link to CoinStats in the description of the video, which is the leading crypto and Bitcoin tracker on the market. And if you found this content interesting, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it really does help. And have a great day.